Welcome back to EMP Academy. Crypto Mike here, and in this video we are going to be exploring none other than the boardroom. Okay, so to take a step back just to make sure we're on the same page, you're in the farms, you're earning e-shares no matter which farm you're in, and now you're staking those in the boardroom. You've now earned EMP, and you're sitting here and you have questions. What is an EPOCH? What is the boardroom all about? Why does the APR change? What does PEG mean? So many questions. So let's start at the top. The boardroom is the reason why algo coins are so attractive, because you can earn a very high APR when we are above PEG and we are out of what they call the debt phase or the repayment phase. Now, when we are below PEG, we are owing debt. We are accumulating debt. And so even though right now, this is a great example, so I'm really happy we're here. Right now, we're above PEG. And you'll notice that the APR is relatively low, considering this is about 5,000% when we're above PEG and out of debt. And right now, it is not printing. So I'm not accumulating anything over here. And the reason being is that we must maintain PEG, above PEG, for an entire epoch. So for one whole epoch, so let's say we're above PEG and this epoch closes. Well, now we have to maintain that PEG for an entire epoch. After we do that, then the boardroom turns on and the money printing machine begins. And so essentially, the amount of epochs that we've had is 153 since the inception. As of right now, at the time of this recording, this will probably be higher when you're watching. And each epoch lasts, okay, so each epoch is 6 hours. So that's how long it takes for one epoch to pass. And what's very important about the boardroom is that you realize that any interaction, okay, any interaction with the boardroom, and I want to show you guys in real time. So I'm going to claim these rewards and I want you to see, because if I interact over here, it will make it to where I get locked up in here, meaning I cannot touch anything over on this side. I cannot withdraw. See how I can withdraw right now? Well, I will not be able to do that for 36 hours. And so I want to show you that in real time. So I'm going to go ahead and claim this reward so that you can see it. And there we go. It's going to claim that, and then you're going to see a timer begin. So let's watch that together. I'm going to refresh to speed this up a little bit. Let me try it one more time. Let me go ahead and refresh. There we go. All right, so now you see claim possible. So I can't claim for 18 hours and I can't withdraw for 36 hours, just about. So that is how that works. So any interaction, whether I click this button or this button, the withdraw button over here or the claim button, it doesn't matter. It resets these timers. Now I have a little less time over here. So I'll be able to, this is enticing people. Think about it. It's enticing them to just click that reward, because when they do, it's locking this side up once again for another 36 hours. So when you claim over here, it's going to increase this time by 36 hours. The maximum, just go back, it goes back to 36 hours, okay? Now, with that being said, you can always click the plus button and add, which I'll go ahead and do right now. I have a little bit of e-shares lying down over here. Didn't know I had them, so boom. So there we go, put that money to work, and now that's going into my eShare pool. So now it's going to reset this timer as soon as I mess with that, and you'll see this gets reset as well. So that's how it works, guys. So be careful when you're interacting in here. Be careful, because when you do, it's going to reset the timers. That's very, very important. Get a lot of people asking questions on that. Now, another thing to understand is that when the PEG is between 1 and 1.01, that is sort of a, we'll call it a moot point. It doesn't really matter. The boardroom doesn't see that as anything but just a stable pegged price, okay? So it needs to be above that. We need to close above that in order for us to start printing in the boardroom, okay? And you'll see APR will start to climb up slowly but surely as the what they call the debt phase is getting paid back. And what that really means, guys, is that basically it takes a certain amount of EMP to pay the treasury back for being under peg. And at that point, once it's paid back, you'll see the APR start to climb, and this will be in the thousands and thousands of percentage daily. It is absolutely astounding what you can make in here a day once everything is going. So, and again, you're printing EMP in here, and I want to be clear. You know, you're printing EMP, and once again, the goal here when you're printing this EMP is to come over to the farms and build your position. This is how much of the protocol you own. Okay, so it's so I can't stress that fact enough. You want to own as much of this protocol as possible, and the way you do that is by building your LP positions. So that is how you farm on Emp.Money, and that is how you use the boardroom to leverage your position. And you know, if you're in here, just a side note, if you're in here and we fall below peg, and you might be wondering, well, what do I do with my E-shares? Because they're just sitting there. Well, remember how I said E-shares are volatile? That's why, because people get very bored very quickly. They see their money is just sitting, and they'll click that minus button once their timer runs out, and they'll dump it. And when they dump it, they'll either leave the protocol, or they'll come over here and they'll dump it to create a larger position with EMP and ETH, thus getting us back above peg. And or they might go and buy bonds. That is in the next video. So I will see you there. Very excited to go over that. Okay.